You can find popular and scholarly sources in a variety of locations, but chances are you're familiar with more information sources that are considered popular than scholarly. In fact, most people don't use scholarly sources until they get to college or graduate school. Popular literature appears in newspapers and magazines. The covers are often glossy or eye-catching, and they typically contain advertisements and pictures. These sources are geared toward a broad, general audience and use conventional or journalistic language. The articles are usually written by journalists and reviewed by a professional staff of editors. Let's look at a typical article from a popular magazine, Science World. Here, the author is a staff writer and her expertise or affiliation is not indicated. Like many popular magazine articles, this one includes pictures and a special layout. The language is clear and meant to be understood by the general population. At the end of the article, though, there are no cited references or notes for further reading. Sources like newspaper articles present news and current events as they occur. Magazine articles often tell human interest stories or convey emotional responses to events. Both magazine and newspaper articles can be used to get background information or get an overview of a topic. These sources also may refer to recent scholarly discoveries and summarize that information for the general public. You can find popular information sources in newsstands, supermarket checkout aisles, bookstores, and your local public library. You also have access to popular sources like magazines and newspapers through the Hartness Library article databases. Scholarly literature is published in academic journals and in books from university presses. These sources are examples of research which prove new theories about academic disciplines like science, literature, medicine, or history. These journal articles and books are geared towards scholars and experts in a particular subject, and they are written by people with advanced degrees in that field. The research undergoes a review process by scholars in that field, also known as the peer review process. Let's take a look at an example of a scholarly article. The authors are scholars in the field and work at a college or university. The language used is subject-specific and may include scientific or scholarly jargon, which can make it difficult for students to comprehend it at first. The research usually includes graphs, data, and/or statistics as part of the study. And there's usually a list of references or notes that are included at the very end of the article. In order to make new discoveries, scholars often review several works and ideas which have come before their own research. Sometimes this review process is published as an article and called a literature review or a review article. These articles are a good source of background information about a subject. Scholarly journals are usually only available through a subscription and not freely available on the web. Academic libraries subscribe to these for you and make them available in online databases. Though you can find some scholarly books in bookstores, they are often much more expensive than popular ones. This is why college and university libraries purchase mostly academic books and journals for their collections. Most of the books you'll find in the Hartness Library catalog are considered scholarly sources because they have been reviewed by librarians and meet certain standards of scholarship and content. So remember, popular sources are often ones that you see in everyday life, ones that you're already familiar with, and they're a great place to start the research process. You'll find these all over the place in newsstands, magazine racks, bookstores, and public libraries. Scholarly sources, while not typically used by the average person, are an important part of college-level research. The easiest way to access these is through your college library.